Demon Hunter, perhaps even one base from Starbuck, but a Mountain King first. This can go a couple of directions.
Like sideways?
Sideways, forward, upward, backwards, sideways, down, everywhere.
Okay, we got all 360 degrees covered, everybody. Demon Hunter starting well with claws. Mountain King also very appreciative of more armor if he wants to be the front liner. Very hard to predict, even on Concealed Hill with the Mountain King. That's kind of a Korean thing, I would say. Chemico was probably the most renowned for that very, very early on. Different patch, different times. But that set the path for this MK to work.
TP sold, circlet, dust, purchase to be able to hunt down those archers. Ooh, Insnare, unfortunate. That's not part of the flowchart for Starbuck. That's going to be first blood in this series right now for Dise potentially, but the archer will be traded. Try to deny the footman. Maybe can surround the archer. Not quite a 4-point, but the block will do it.
Oh man, yeah, usually it's the Bucky Murloc. This time it's the Bucky Troll, but here's the diamond that you wanted in the lower bracket already. Stormbolt, Surround, and Dise might be forced into a TP out, trying to get out, and with the help of Immolation, he can do it. Mountain King, no more mana, might hope for a bash here. We play Ring Around the Rosie.
Oh, bash against the trees. One more bash, and it could be a TP force, but the Demon Hunter barely squeaks out. I would say, overall, not too bad for Dise. A big delay on the potential expansion. 2 footmen down can go to the fountain, and although Starbuck will be able to creep the expansion now, there's an AP coming up near the main base.
Ooh, very, very Lawliot-esque play. Bridge some time with an AP. If that is undetected, this can cause a lot of trouble in the base and buy so much time, especially since Starbuck is expanding now. Against Lawliot, Starbuck would scout this position a million times. Against Dise, not so sure.
Especially on the first map of a series, to have this aggressive or perhaps even cheesy of a style is not very common. Mana burn now. Mountain King is just a bash machine at this point. Wisp is scouting to see if he can get any kills, but the Demon Hunter can't really do much of anything. Bash, gotta be really careful with this DH.
You gotta play around the bash, Dise. You were victim to that already in the lower bracket on Hammerfall. That cost you the game. Huntress are coming in. AP on the right-hand side. Huntress on the left-hand side. Is it enough pressure against this MK?
Speed perhaps could be good for both players. Trying to staff out. 2 attempts to get a bash. 0 procs there. Gets back to the Moonwells. Very, very efficient now. The AP is up. Has to waddle through the trees now. 2 Huntresses towards the expansion. Mountain King would desperately love level 3 because that would give him enough mana for another Stormbolt.
And of course a stronger Stormbolt in that. Is the tree eating? Absolutely. Veggie diet, of course. That was the one block. He's stuck next to the tower and the reveal is ready as well. Dise is getting 1 kill. It's not an all-in. It's not mass hunts. It's a tech behind it. And I wonder what Starbuck is thinking when he sees that Ancient Protector in his base.
Surrounded again. That's 2 nice kills by Starbuck, but now the Demon Hunter able to pressure the peasants. That's going to be perhaps a couple more kills. Really nice micro from Starbuck. Oh my god, 1 more peasant might go down. Look how precise it is from Starbuck, keeping everything alive.
So clean, dude. Oh my god. 3 peasants saved here. Demon Hunter cannot reach. When is it Dice's time to reveal his secret weapon? Now it is, and there's a couple of hurt peasants here in the gold mine. Gotta evacuate them quickly as well.
He's not letting it root. Notice that the militia on top of the Ancient Protector, so he can't root down. Starbuck was really, really well done with that. Preemptively called a militia. He can't root still. He's trying to find the space, but he cannot. There we go. Demon Hunter comes in now. Was that enough with the tree eat as well?
Ooh, not looking too great here. Workers are being attacked. Naga, can she? He must be able to go through here, right? Absolutely. Demon Hunter has a TP still. The tower is down. Staff might not be possible with all that damage raining down on the demon. Gets a little greedy. In the meantime, Hunts have been cleaning this entire economy line on the left-hand side.
Very difficult game for Starbuck, and really nicely done with that militia to stop the AP from rooting. If that hadn't have happened, this could have been probably game over with that Huntress split, but that saved him, kept him in the game. Double lore coming up for Dise, needs to heal up. Might want to use the fountains while he's still got a little bit of daytime, but does drink his moon juice, and now just going to continue creeping. Is Dise happy with the damage he's done? Is he just going to go into a standard game now, I wonder?
I don't know, man, but you gotta respect Dice's approach here. Starbuck in the winner's interview saying, you know, I was a StarCraft player before. Was a bit faster in that, yada yada. And Dise decides, okay, you know what? I'm gonna play a macro 2-pronged attack against the StarCraft player. That's some balls.
Definitely very hard to keep up with all the harass, and, you know, hard to scout for that AP. He's now blocking the way in the trees with the farm, and the footman is scouting for more APs. Yeah, he's expecting more aggression, and correctly so. There's a shop coming up aggro towards the fountain, and Starbuck is just scouting with footman. He doesn't want to be surprised again.
Huntress can still dominate the footman quite a bit. Tech only at 1/3. Footman is falling. Demon Hunter close to 3, and there's going to be more pressure if I interpret this Ancient of War position enough. Naga has, of course, a lot of room to grow. Will be amazing on level 3 and onward. We do have a tier 3, so Bears also coming, and maybe even a chance for Mountain Giants on this map.
Starbuck saw that shop, that Ancient of Wonders with his footman, and maybe is a little bit afraid. I wouldn't be surprised to see him build a couple of towers in his main base as well. He's expecting mass aggression, but the tier 3 tech shows us, of course, that it may not be. A third Huntress is going to fall to the Stormbolt. It seems like Shop was almost done on time to buy the staff, but Heal Scroll now burned. It's a lot of damage from the Demon Hunter.
Demon, no TP here. Might resort to the staff, as you say. Mountain King maneuvering out on that level of the bottom right-hand side. Demon Hunter is doing way more damage here. 5,400 already. Still some mana to be used here for immolation. 1, 2, 3 footman kill are possible, but not that likely.
Coming up, footman retreat to the Arcane, but the Demon Hunter more or less out of mana. Naga now pressuring with the staff can get the Demon Hunter out of a tricky situation. There is no TP, so got to be careful of a Stormbolt potential surround, but for now, Demon Hunter getting lots of value. Could maybe cancel the guard tower. He's just going for the blacksmith instead. I think he should go for these constructing towers, perhaps. Oh, Mountain King has a bolt. Very, very careful situation. You got to be careful, Dise.
No TP. 1 bolt, 1 bash can seal the deal. And end game 1 in this best of 7. Stormbolt onto the Naga. She has the staff, of course. He desperately is trying to clobber down the Black Citadel. Doesn't work. Staff transferred. Amazing. But how do you get the demon out?
Oh, he's wanted mana stealing to stop the Stormbolt. Bear comes in for the redo. I thought he was about to lose the Demon Hunter there. Really nice usage of that item there.
That was so good. The arrival of the bear with the redo. We get another bash. That's not only the stun, but also the bonus damage, mind you. So again, gotta be playing around that. Starbuck holds on to the I did say Black Citadel, right? Blacksmith, of course. Went off mana stealing again. Mountain King in trouble. Demon Hunter in trouble. Lots of action in game 1.
And again, it was at 74 mana. If he got the bolt, the Demon Hunter was dead there, but he uses the item perfectly. Naga comes back in now with an Orb of Venom, and the pressure continues. Guard tower, 10 seconds. Could be canceled, but it'd be very risky for Dise to go in that base.
It's very risky in general. Mana potion ready, locked and loaded. Redo again, saves his life. Dryads create some space. Mountain King still in the race. Demon Hunter still in the race. This game is on a knife's edge.
How often do we see him struggle this much in the early game? He's been pressured a lot, trying to save the Rifleman, rejuve, but this is more or less, dare I say, all in for Dise. He's got no counter expansion. He's really got no TP. He's investing all of his resources into this push right now. He's going to try to break the base, maybe stop the production.
Man, you gotta respect. This guy just played 5 maps against Death Note, also a human player. And then here in this best of 7, he's still able to bring a completely new strategy to the table. Starbuck is struggling a little bit, was hoping for a cleaner, more flawless game after that expansion was up and after that AP was defended. Demon Hunter now in trouble, needs the staff to work. Naga, where's the staff? There it is.
Their bear does get surrounded. Archmage, though, forgotten about. Level 3 now on the Naga. There is a bolt for the Mountain King. Use it on the Naga. I don't think he has any chance of getting surrounded. That bear will fall, however. Oh, Mountain King's actually got to be careful. There's a Fork Lightning level 2.
Oh, wait a second. Slow arrow, retreating. Dryad slow as well, but the Water Elemental is able to create the space necessary. It's nighttime now. So far, Dice's game plan has been extremely precise. He was probably hoping to do a little bit more damage as Starbuck's defenses was also very good. Feels like he needs a little bit of time to rest at the pool.
Definitely, I'm amazed he was able to heal up his heroes so many times. And now we go for the red camp. Risky. We saw the red camp go very, very poorly previously today. Shouldn't happen again, though. Space being given to both players right now to get some creeping done. Archmage going to go to the lab, and the red camp will go to Dise. That is Warsong Battle Drums. Fantastic item for him.
All right, little bit of damage boost here. Could have been better, could have been worse. Archmage back from the tavern, Mountain King, and we gotta say Starbuck's one of his biggest weapons, I think, shop control. He always gets an absurd amount of heal scrolls, and it helps him so much in these fights against Fork Lightning, against Immolation. This is what you need, and he always has the presence of mind, he always has the resources, and he always has the time to grab them.
So the counter expansion now as well. He's also 45 out of 50. Wouldn't mind seeing a Priestess third from him. That's very commonly what we see when the Night Elf player starts to get a little bit comfortable, as Dise should be in this game. No TP still, though. He's got to be very careful, but Starbuck hightailing it out of here. Going to lose one Rifleman, but he's just going to hide behind his Arcane Tower if he can. He needs more time to prepare.
Exactly, and Dise needs some time for this expansion to work as well. He's happy with every pickup that he can. Double kill for pretty much free, just a little bit of mana. Absolutely fine. In the meantime, more bears are streaming in. Expansion is growing 50%. Breakers on the way for Starbuck. He has to figure out that this is a counter expansion. He probably feels it by the way the pressure has lessened.
For now, he just kind of got to chill in his base. He can prepare a push. Maybe he can get a reveal from the lab, something like that. Confirm that it's an expo, and then he knows he's got one play. Oh, is that me or is that everyone?
That is you. I can stream in Discord if you want.
I can always I'll just disconnect. It's all good.
Yep. Let me get the camera up and stream it to you. You will be relying on my camera control like a pleb.
I got the stream open too as well. So
There's delay though. Nobody likes delay.
Bebs in the chat, everybody.
There you go.
There we go. I got you. Thank you.
Should be able to see it now. Thankfully, not a critical moment. We were resting a little bit. Unfortunate. The disconnect protection isn't perfect yet, I guess.
Well, I already left. It's making me do the whole thing. I left
Yeah, 45. There you go. Everybody wants you out. Unanimous decision.
All right, Expo about 20 seconds away. And seems like the pressure from the early game really has helped out Dise to get in a very comfortable position in this game, especially if he gets those Mountain Giants. I think you mentioned them at the early game, but if he can get there.
Very curious to see if Dise is willing to add a third hero, maybe Potom again, as we've seen before, maybe a Pit Lord that has been quite trendy today as well. Subi Mask, nice for the Naga, level 4 for her. No Orb of Venom on her, so Frost Arrow might still do something. Starbuck, 66 food. What's the magic number to go for the push?
Pretty soon, right? He's got the heal scrolls that he wanted. He wants maybe Arcane level 3. I mean, Mountain King level 5 is pretty sick as well. He could even retrain to Clap. He needs Invis to make Clap work, of course, so you Invis the Mountain King, and then re-Invis so you can avoid that mana burn. But for now, just preparing the push. Creeping continues. Demon Hunter probably won't get level 5 anytime soon, but for now, he does have level 2 mana burn at least to deal with what's going to be just Water Elementals and no Clap, not the AoE that I was hoping for from Starbuck.
Oh, yeah, no Blizzard either, no Mortar teams. It's not the optimal army just yet. Double heal scroll instead of triple, no level 3, as you say. Demon Hunter, by the way, got Talisman of Evasion, so his full skill arsenal has been unlocked, and he can also play with the Wand of Illusion, which might trick Starbuck a little bit, or at least force some dispels.
Going to the main base, Stormbolt, Mana Burns exchanged. Moonwells might go down. Demon Hunter, he's attempting to surround it. That is an ambitious play from Starbuck, but he does lock it in. Needs to defend his casters in the back from the Bears. That is a lot of AoE from that Fork Lightning. The positioning seems very, very good. Yeah, forcing the TP immediately.
Wow, felt like Starbuck wasn't expecting Dice's army to be so close when only the staff was coming in. Nicely setting up that flank on the right-hand side. Army exposed, and for Starbuck, nothing to win here. For Dise, a lot. And that is time. 20 seconds on the clock until we get 2 base.
Getting better for the Night Elf. He still has a ways to go in terms of army quality. He can get more upgrades. He can get Mountain Giants. He can get Fairy Dragons. He could get a third hero. He could get more orbs. Whereas Starbuck, pretty much more breakers, more heal scrolls, and go. Maybe he could retrain, but he's not getting a ton stronger without a tier 3 tech.
Yeah, he could still go for some upgrades. He has 0-0 on the breakers. He could add mortars, as we said, but without tier 3, they're not really that good. I mean, tier 3 would unlock an entirely different arsenal, but that would also then give Dise a lot more time for the before-mentioned Mountain Giants, maybe fairies, and everything that you mentioned before already. Supply is getting closer and closer. With the tier 2 army, what can you really do? I can tell you, you can read a book, and that book teaches you how to summon a Blizzard.
Blizzard is going to help out a lot against this bear numbers. So we'll see if he can get the value that he needs out of that. Generally, you want some sort of, blockade in the front, whether it be breakers or whether it be some sort of militia called building like a lumber mill, something like that. But we'll see how well the Blizzard lands. This is going to be the hard carry in the fight. Whether or not the Blizzard lands will make or break this push.
And that's the choke that Starbuck wants. With the breakers up front, it's not an easy situation. The Blizzard is crazy. Look at the Archmage damage numbers. It's 300 apiece. And he has only one heal scroll. How is he getting out of there?
Absolutely insane. Demon Hunter is level 5 in the back, but Stormbolt is controlling him for now. Naka with relatively full mana has yet to fork lightning at all. The Blizzard is just doing so much damage. It's absurd. He's just ignoring it. Look at all the bears.
I think there was 3,000 damage with like 2 Blizzards, but the Archmage is being nuked now. And where's your carry?
Oh, that's so unfortunate to lose that hero. That was such a great start to the fight. Immediately Tavern revives it. You need that aura.
Oh my god!
Another heal scroll used to save the Archmage, just barely keeping the Demon Hunter alive, who is now healed up to full yet again. All those bears, we see them waddling to the fountain now as well. Demon Hunter comes back in. He's got to be getting a lot of experience, getting closer and closer to level 6. Naga also getting close to level 5. Demon Hunter, careful again.
He's getting closer to 6 feet under. Demon Hunter has been wiped. And now what's left to stop Starbuck from taking the 1-0 in the grand final? One lousy fork lightning, a couple of bears here. Naga close to 5, but isn't 5. Lots of gold on Dice's side, but he still decides to go for an Altar Revive. No Tavern, as he might lack the lumber surround on the bear. This is Starbuck on victory road.
Just has not really been using mana. There's level 5. Still has half mana this far into the fight. I feel like Dice left some to be desired. Nice surround. Uproot on the Ancient of Wonders. Naga at least lives for now. Oh, maybe the Archmage kill could be a play, forcing that TP. But yeah, I just feel like he left a little bit on the table in terms of micro. Could have done a lot more with that Naga.
It's been a long day for Dice, of course, but a lot of reactions were amazing. 74 seconds. Naga's coming in. Absolute Hail Mary. She's invis. He doesn't see her coming. Zap and go! And he
Nice
fully
play.
anticipates the Stormbolt. Grand plays by Dice. But is it enough to save him the game?
To the Moonwell, but surrounded, and it can't uproot that altar. Tries to save the Naga, but unfortunately not able to. Demon Hunter going to be back in 50 seconds. There is a decent number of bears that came back from the fountain. Hold up a second. Tavern rebuy again on the Archmage. It's just bears right now. That's it.
35 food, 40 seconds on the Demon. Dice still fighting. No sign of fatigue here, really. But yeah, this is just the end of the road, is it not? Bears falling left and right, and Starbuck takes map number 1.
See what the players are going to do. Starbuck is crossing the map with his scouting footman. It means that he will know that Dice is creeping the big camp. What is he going to do about that? We'll see. So far, yes, the plan of Dice is working. He's creeping without any issues, and it's pretty funny because Nidal is creeping bigger camp than the human. That's pretty rare. At start, of course.
Exactly. Like a little bit like Jens, I would say. Just don't make the mistake of deny. Exactly. Sasquatch is gone. Demon Hunter Gloves of Haste. Probably not the item he was looking for, but can't complain that early.
And Snare on the footy. That's a nice gift. Welcoming gift for Dice. He's going to finish the footman. Oh yes, and yes, at the start of the game, missing units, like one unit is much more important at the start of the game than at the end. Definitely a little bit of luck, and yes, this Ensnare help Dice a lot. Starbuck on the other side of the map is starting his expert.
Okay then, we get a 2-base game at some point, I would say. Dice is teching first and foremost, needs the tier 2 faster than Starbuck does. Starbuck needs the income more than Dice does at the beginning, as you can bridge a lot with the Demon Hunter. We got that classic fight about the null, or do we? Starbuck, if he wanted to intercept that, he's like 10 seconds too late.
It's free agility on the Demon Hunter. That's another good item. The troll wanted to ensnare, but died before that. And now the question is, Dice, are you going to harass the Expo? And he says, yes, please. Demon Hunter is going north. And Starbuck is he scouting for potential counter Expo? Look! Ancient of War positioning kinda makes Starbuck scout with entire army. He's getting I mean, he's not getting full information. Killing the Ancient of War is not that great. Starbuck is pulling back his peasant. He's not going to expand Dise now. Starbuck is committing into Ancient of War, but we have the healthy amount of archers. I don't know. I think it's looking quite good for Dise.
Looking okay so far for sure. Both players' plans have been ruined, I would say. At the same time where Starbuck pulled back his peasants, Dise was pulling back the wisps as well that he probably wanted to use for an expansion. But as we said, man, for Starbuck, this expansion is way more important. Dise is almost done with tier 2, 45 seconds. That is perfectly in line with the Hunter's Hall. Demon Hunter has a staff already, can be mobile. He loves the Demon Hunter staff into bases, but not just yet.
It's very defensive play by Dise. You know, he let expansion, human expansion like unscouted, because immediately after he pulled back, Starbuck started his expo, and the fight for the last hit goes to the human player. So, but yes, at least Dise lumber economy is not suffering. At least Dise base is not under pressure. But I think Starbuck is more than happy to have his expansion. He's surrounded the Demon Hunter level up in the perfect moment. Neo, it's immolation level 2 with a little bit more HP. This Demon Hunter is able to destroy all of those footies. And let me tell you, Moonwells are in a good shape, and there are 4 of them.
There was also a wisp at Starbuck's upcoming expansion. I thought maybe he wants to staff there, but cooldown prevents that for now. And Starbuck is, of course, applying great flash pressure as well. Footman has to be denied. Naga is up. Wisp is coming. And we're on a collision course again on the right-hand side.
Yeah, there's no Arcane Tower in the main base as well, and Demon Hunter with Immolation level 2 can do miracles both versus Footies and Militia, of course. And melee units with low HP, they will just die versus this guy. There was an Ancient Protector approach, but that got cancelled. And man, the Starbuck main base without the Arcane Tower, if Dise could stuff that, there would be huge. We'll see about that. We have Ancient Protector growing, and is Arcane Tower ready? Arcane Tower is just ready in the perfect time. Dise is going to be able to secure his base, which is very nice. And you mentioned the staff now is out of cooldown, and Demon Hunter is going in. We are going to try to kill the Arcane Tower.
He doesn't care about this Arcane Tower at all. Burning all the mana with level 2 Immolation. That's so much damage. The peasants are falling left and right. Starbuck was also a bit out of position here. He got the double claw. That's lots of damage. He's dealing with the AP really, really well, but who deals with his peasants?
AP wasn't cancelled, so first big micro mistake by Dise. He lost all of the resources. He lost the Wisp, and he gave experience to Starbuck. But how good is this pressure? Dise is not going to for tier 3. He wants to finish game on tier 2, but with losing Ancient Protector, I don't know if he can follow up.
Starbuck trying to wall off once again. We had this battle around the blacksmith already on Concealed Hill. Tier 2 pressure is the name of the game so far. No counter expansion, just pure damage. Again, the Demon Hunter doesn't care if he's under... Whoa, that's a lot of wisps coming. He doesn't care if he's under the Arcane Tower. Naga cares a little bit, but all that we care about is physical damage, and that's a lot on the Night Elf side.
Are joining us, and that's perfect. Slow effect from Dreads is amazing, you know, to pick some targets, and the amount of wisp is telling the entire story. Demon needs to be careful. He's 23 HP TP, and look at this, he doesn't want to teleport the rest of his army. Naga with Dread stays at the battlefront, and Demon Hunter is going back to the base. That's very nice. There is Dispel already, so the Dryads are providing a lot of value. Ancient of Wonders is under construction, and look at this healthy Demon Hunter.
Dude, this is so precise. He town portaled away when his staff was like 1 second away from being off cooldown. Then he heals up and stabs back in. Another cancel, but you gotta be so careful. Naga might be low on mana, but it's easy to regenerate this 5 to 10 mana for a Frost Arrow. Starbuck is in deep trouble, and he doesn't have a regeneration scroll nor a TP to get out of here.
Dise wants to push into the expansion, even though in the main base there is no towers, but in the main base you can pull Militia, you know, so it's always like which decision is less bad, basically. And can he bridge Starbuck? Here he's at super low HP, Neo! I think Dise is looking okay here.
Wait a second. The Demon Hunter doesn't have a staff, doesn't have a TP, and the Archmage got 2 claws. We need a shop. We need a shop. 40 seconds on cooldown. Staff also 30 seconds. There's no way to get home. Archmage can rest, but the lack of shop for Starbuck is very, very bad for him right now.
22 HP, he went to buy heal scrolls to like very dangerous camp. 11 HP Demon Hunter! He didn't die to creeps, but it was so close.
Didn't even catch that. My eyes were on the Archmage, who finally made his way out of that contain. And we're sieging with Dryads.
Tier 2 is online. It means that workshop can appear, but as you mentioned, Ancient of Wonder is very important. If you don't have bears, you can heal with healing potions, which is amazing. And yes, Dise has access to it. Starbuck wants to take some harass inside of the main base, but Demon Hunter got stuffed back, no problem there.
Got a potion as well in case he needs it. A little bit of splash damage from the AP. Always forces repair, forces resources. The clock is ticking for Starbuck, but the lumber is a massive issue. Even though he just invested into that Arcane Sanctum for some priests that will finally get the Archmage back up as well. Dise is losing a couple of HP, but he is dealing damage.
Interesting second hero choice by Starbuck. He went for Paladin, not Mountain King. He's like, Dise is so good with operating Staff of Preservation. He has a lot of Dryads. I will just focus on healing, and that's pretty good. The pressure is big. Look at Naga. Naga is like super low HP, but without Mountain King, it's not that dangerous. Demon Hunter has heal scroll. Demon Hunter has healing potion. He's going in. He's immolation. He's basically going through all of those Starbuck units. It gives a lot of time for Ancient Protectors. Neo, the expansion is out of order, and the main Starbuck army is not doing that much. This is looking better and better for Dise, but still, he needs more.
Dise is creating a lot of cost right now. There's so much repair, not a single peasant mining anymore. Starbuck's base seemed to be broken. Did Dise do it? Or can Starbuck somehow recover it? He got 0 lumber.
He has big lumber needs, but he's getting rifles, and rifles are amazing versus Dryads. I'm checking the main base of Dise, and Dise made the decision. He's going for tier 3 already. He thinks that he will be able to break this expo, and he's already investing into his future. But definitely this guy has a, I don't know, bank saving account, that's for sure.
His stonks go up, that's for sure. 1 AP down, only 1 to deal with. But the Demon Hunter is looking fantastic, can clobber it down quickly. Does he have the time to also deal with the Town Hall? It very much looks like it. Starbuck is already going for plan B. He's trying to creep up a little, but I'm missing that X Factor. I'm missing a Mountain King that can win the game. This is a super strong position for Dise, and it very much looks like 1-1.
There is still, you know, he still needs to get into tier 3. He still needs to get his bears. His opponent, Starbuck, right? He has some rifles, but let me tell you, this position is super good for the Night Elf, and you know, he can creep. He has nice levels as well. The tech timing is amazing. As you mentioned, lumber economy for Dise is not that bad. Even he invested into all of those structures, and Starbuck says GG. Maybe he scouted the tier 3, maybe not. GG is called. Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing game. And look at this, Carson. Militia is going to the middle of the map. I think it's going to be the shop creeping. Shout out for Infi for this amazing tactical development. And let's the creep Makuras, the first monster. I love Tide Hunters.
So cool. Like such a little investment as well. Like, was he going to spend 50 mana on this creep? He might use 2 life drains. He'll end up being full HP. And of course, can sell the TP. Very few militia being called, and that'll be an insta level 2. Warden is very, very timid. Chased down a footman. Got the experience for it, but still has yet to creep the first Null Overseer camp. Now she'll do it.
And look at this. Starbuck is pulling back. He bought Dise. Is he going to pull fresh militia? Usually Infi is walking, you know, those peasants. There is second Ancient of War already. And who is going to get the big monster? That's very important. It went to Dise. Mr. Carson, I think that it's looking quite sweet for Dise. And look, Starbuck is not making lumber mill just yet. That's a little bit weird.
for the Arcane Tower for now. Replenishment Potion will help out the Dark Ranger if he runs out of mana eventually. Love the Claws +8 as well. The auto attacks are going to come into play massively, of course, for this Warden in this defense. Only one Shadow Strike on the table. Archers hugging the Moonwells, of course. That's where they stay safe. That's where they can heal themselves up. For now, the Arcane Tower yet to be upgraded. The lumber's a little bit low for the human.
Most important part of this push is as following. Keep the towers alive. And what is good versus towers? Archers, of course. So it's like this dance, you know? Try to save the archers in the right moment, click on the tower. And I'm checking the main base of Starbuck, and ladies and gentlemen, not having lumber mill there was not a coincidence. Starbuck is bluffing. Never play poker with Starbuck. He is a strong player. He's stacking already, and the question is when Dise is going to realize that. He's taking already. He knows. He knows. I like it.
2 Ancient of Wars and 4 Moonwells, although that is a heavy investment on tier 1. Oh, he's dusted. He's just eating the he's eating the lifesteal there. But even though it's a heavy investment on tier 1, all these buildings, he can still use the second Ancient War. He can still use the Moonwells. Warden, what are you doing? Dead to the Black Arrow. A huge mistake. I mean, I guess he could heal up fully, though, now out of the altar, but you don't want to give the experience to the Dark Ranger, surely.
Dark Ranger is a pretty good hero, that's for sure. But yes, it's good news for Dise that he's not overreacting here. I mean, it was level 1 hero. Yes, it gave experience to the Dark Ranger, but it's not the end of the world. And remember, Starbuck invested a lot of peasants as well. But man, he's chasing those archers. Dust of Appearance is gone, so archers can hide again. There is no another charge, and Warden is back. And this Warden died 3 experience points away from level 2, by the way.
Unfortunate. I'm sure the Warden would have just ran into creeps if she could have, if she got away from the Dark Ranger, but for now, there's almost one more life drain left. Replenishment Potion maybe can help out as well with Starbuck in the future. Tier 2 is going to be done in 20 seconds. Then we're going to probably have, what, Archmage second, Rifle Caster push, most likely.
There was one player that recently showed this strategy in Back to Warcraft Weekly Cup, and yes, it was a follow-up with Archmage. The question is how many archers they are, because you can consider both playing a Blizzard or Water Elementals, or even Brilliance Aura first. It depends. I see that Dise is not over-investing into the archers. So yeah, but the question is how Dise is going to react. He knows that Starbuck is playing one base. And, you know, how are you going to survive the push with Warden? Maybe you're going to see Naga second. Sometimes that's what Warden players do if they're expecting a big aggression. Speaking about Naga, Starbuck wants to finish the game, Carson! He's pushing! I
mentioned this before. Yeah, he said that, like, if you drain the Moonwells, if you pressure the Night Elf a lot, you can follow it up with Naga second. That's typically in a different sort of game, but if the Moonwells are empty, the Warden is going to be dusted. It's going to take a lot of damage. I think he's just ending the game right here. It's almost daytime. The Warden's going to have to use all the Moon Juice just to heal up from here. Double Lore coming up. Double Lore is going to get cancelled.
Yeah, it's not going to help. I would like to spend the resources somewhere else, maybe on the shop, but we have a second hero, and the second hero is a Beastmaster. You know, there is no Dispool on Starbuck. By the way, I love 2 Ancient of War fighting. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very important moment. Starbuck has a follow-up, but he won't have an Archmage, so he kinda needs to deal a lot of damage. He's surrounded Beastmaster, he has so much mana, he's too young to die!
If only he could summon a second bear before he goes down, maybe his life wouldn't be in vain, but just a single bear on the field. Altar's going to be occupied for a while now. Footmen are canceling the lore. Warden's out of health, out of mana. Lore gets canceled. Rifleman blocked to add insult to injury, and this is certainly 2-1 for Starbuck.
And it is a Fire Lord, though. Okay. This is both current Infi strats combined in one game.
Very cool from both players. There's a Dark Ranger. There's the tech from Starbuck as well. A very quick tech. No fake tower rush this time around. And we do have the Fire Lord with soon to be 4 archers. Should be favored in these early exchanges.
I guess so. If you can accumulate a lot of lava spawns, that should be tremendous. I don't think I've ever seen this encounter. Fire Lord versus Dark Ranger, Tavern meta. And people say we play the Warcraft with the same Warcraft 3 strategies all the time. Not true any longer.
Spawn to start will be Soulburn later to deal with the life drain. Also interesting, How many incinerate stacks can you get on a Dark Ranger if she just sits there still, life draining you? You must be able to get plus like 100 damage, you know?
Did you know that Incinerate is the only spell that can theoretically have infinite damage?
So insane.
It
It's
has
so good.
No limit.
Oh, nice defense there. One footman low. I don't think any wisp died. Maybe one was detonated. I love the Moonwell building just to disrupt the life drain.
True, actually. People are coming up with new solutions. In the beginning of that Dark Ranger arc, everybody was just trying to run away and were eating these life drains. And then Shadow Melt came into the mix. Cloak of Shadows as well. Now we build buildings against it.
Nicely done. But Starbuck, of course, just trying to do whatever he can to make a little bit of damage to disrupt Dise a little bit. And then he's going to push with the Rifle Caster at the end of the day. That is his end goal. Level 2 for the Firelord. And he did get that cloak as well that you mentioned. So that's going to be really nice for the entire game. Dise should just keep that and use that every time he gets life drains. Surround potentially on the Dark Ranger. Looking very clean for Dise.
Yeah, he's coming prepared, man. And then a little bit lucky with that cloak. He didn't go in to incinerate. Oh, he wanted to block there with the Hunter's All right. He went Soul Burn. That's, of course, another source to stop life drain and reduce damage and do some damage over time. Not too easy to play around that. Also not that expensive anymore.
In position and maybe creep the Tuskar camp, Lava Spawn, chasing around the Dark Ranger. Tier 2 is done. That is Archmage. That is Rifleman. And that is an Arcane Sanctum. But Starbuck, 0 experience. Hasn't killed any Wisps. The defense was super on point, and the Firelord is up nearly 2 levels, but wasting no time to creep that Marketplace, of course. As Saul tested on his stream, Dark Ranger can solo creep every camp on this map other than the Reds at level 1 by herself, so this is no problem for Starbuck.
That reminds me of the good old Cryptlord days during DreamHack, where Insub crept the red spot on level 1 with the Beetles. Mamma mia, phenomenal times. But you get the Mana Stone here. That can be amazing. Archmage follow-up as well. No level 3 yet. A Panda second. Dise for sure brings the heat.
It's going to be nice creeping as well. Immediately starting with the shop. Could pull the Firelord away and get level 2 right away. He's actually going to do that. This is a great start for that Panda. Dark Ranger also getting nice creeping. Circlet. Archmage is out. Saul keeps mentioning the Archer count to determine whether or not there is Blizzard. Currently 5 Archers, and I think that's all we'll see as the Ancient War pivots over. Tier 3 tech, double lore for Dise as well. Both players getting pretty comfortable in this game.
I think so too, man. Wow, what a setup. Dark Ranger Archmage versus Firelord Panda. Dise will be fighting ice with fire. I really like that Blizzard level 1 if we go bears, and we will be going bears. I think due to the time that's ticking, the rifle push will come. Dise will be skipping Dryads, and we've seen the bears fall on Concealed Hill already.
Yeah, definitely saw the effectiveness of the Blizzard on that game. Firelord being annoying. This very much, it's like a completely different matchup altogether, but this is how we played against Pally Rifle for a little while. Pressured with the Farseer, the Firelord in this case, stopped the creeping, and then just solo crept a Panda out of the tavern with Drunken Haze right away. Very, very quick level 3 Panda here.
That is so true. Replace the Firelord with the Farseer, and there you go.
Yeah, it's another weird human strategy that people are struggling to find answers to. And again, it's the Panda with the power creeping that seems to be the solution for now for Dise.
These goddamn humans, man. If you don't like them, or if you like them, we got a Humba hoodie and t-shirt in our merch store. merch.backtowarcraft.com. Dise is not thinking about any Humba merch right now, and surely not about the other collection that we got. He's being creep decked here at the Bucky Murlocs.
There's a greater heal on the Firelord. Might need to burn that. Uses the cloak for now. Very risky. Blizzard on top. Wow. You don't see that interaction every day. Didn't want to burn the greater heal. Preferred to use the rejuve, of course. That's why he used the TP.
Man. I'm so hyped for this series, dude. It's fantastic. Starbuck knows, okay, I don't want to. I can't close out the game. Let's go for an insurance at the 6 o'clock with a tier 2 base.
Would like if he could show a couple of peasants here. Just show a bit more presence with this push. Maybe deter Dise from ever knowing that it's actually an expansion. But for now, the Blizzard was pretty good. Bear pressured up to the north. These bears are waiting for master training, which they don't have yet. It's not even being started because tier 3 is only now finishing. 30 seconds until I'll be done. The bear dies to the north of the fight. Really good fight for Starbuck, and he has a contingency plan, that expansion.
It takes the rejuvenation away. We also get closer and closer to this spell that can then deal with the lava spawns. We get soul burn on the Archmage. There's of course now 2 channeling spells that you have to stop. You only have 1 soul burn. What do?
Denies the footman, which would have got Panda level 3. He keeps the skeletons to the north, which would have got the Panda level 3. He keeps that footman alive, which would have got the Panda level 3. Dise has yet to use mana.
This is incredible, man. This is incredible Warcraft by Starbuck, especially, also by Dise. Hanging on by a thread, and that's not even a decisive push. The Dark Ranger opening is working so well in various ways. But Dise, if he gets 1 kill, he's getting very explosive.
Dise will have a timing. If he can only scout that expansion, which is his scouting has been fantastic in this tournament so far. Going for the Dark Ranger. Not the easiest target to surround or to kill when it is surrounded. But the expansion up and mining. Do we have any scouting wisp on the map? No, just towards the main base right now.
Exactly. Left-hand side is 1 wisp, but it's idle for a long time. He checked the north, was maybe thinking about an expansion himself, but he doesn't have the resources. Tier 3 is done. Firelord with an Orb of Venom is very, very scary. That's also one of the reasons why he doesn't go for Incinerate. Those don't overlap, and unlike Dota, orbs don't stack. Incinerate is an orb. More bears. Bears are the solution if you have even numbers. But how long can you keep up these even numbers?
Maybe a Keeper third wouldn't be a bad choice. Oftentimes we'll see a Priestess third, but in this case, having Entangle for both Life Drain and Blizzard and another Orb Carrier that's a ranged hero could be a good choice if we can get through this pressure from the Dark Ranger. The Mana Stone consistently gives her that 25 mana. She always has it. Blizzard on top of everything again. It's only level 1, but still has huge impact. And yet to give that Panda level 3. That's 0 units lost this entire push. The Panda was 2.9 when this push started.
It's incredible. It's just incredible. We got Soulburn on it again. Half mana for the Firelord. No level 3 hero across the board. That is finally the level 2 Drunken Ace. Breath of Fire.
So long to get there, but now it seems like the tides are turning a little bit with that Panda. Heal Scroll. There's 2 of them currently for Starbuck. The slow on top of the life drain. If you thought the Dark Ranger was not healthy before, it's not going to take long for her to get topped up again.
And he's just trying to cross the map. It takes forever. Dise knows about the expo. He finally scouted it. Got no TP, but a staff and Dark Ranger. Soul Burn, no life drain here. Orb is ticking. Lots of damage, but the Panda can't reach because of the Sork Lady. For me, the secret hero of this game.
So well done. The Blizzard as well. The micro is just fantastic for Starbuck. Okay, there is now 1 bear over at the Expo. Dark Ranger could maybe help defend against that, but Pandas finally gets on top of these casters. Haze, fire, needs to use the fire. He's going to get it dispelled.
Ooh.
It does actually wear out before he uses the fire. Big mistake there.
He did catch a couple of them. The 1 rifle is burning, but maybe you can extinguish that.
Dead at the Expo! Dead!
What?
For the 1 bear!
What? Oh my god, totally didn't miss it because of all the chaos in the base. All of a sudden, it's looking amazing for Dise. That's a double kill waiting in the wings. Starbuck is 14 food up, but that's melting. More and more bears coming. Archmage pretty much alone, but he is level 3. We don't have mana anymore. Panda needs to use the potion this time. Was very, very greedy before. Can't allow that again. And now fear the Firelord, but there's a healing potion on that Archmage as well.
This bear at the Expo just killed a rifleman, killed the Dark Ranger, is killing a priest, is going to kill all the peasants. What a hero bear! The Panda did less than this 1 bear. He should be upgraded to a Pandarian Brewmaster.
My god, he's like Wojtek in Poland. Legendary bear in the Polish army. Also, lots of medals on that guy. I've never seen such an impactful bear.
Dark Ranger coming out of the altar in another 12 seconds. Still the expansion running, though. Still Starbuck with a supply advantage, but a great start to a comeback potentially for Dise.
Oh, might block the Panda, but oh no, he's burning his way through. Staff still off cooldown, can save heroes if he needs it, but Expo has been stopped. It's not cracked.
Bears in the main base right now. He's just healing up, and he'll probably go again. Needs mana on that Panda. 56 supply. Will we see a counter expansion, or are we going to see a definitive push? I wonder what the choice will be for Dise.
That takes so much time to get the expo up. I'm not too sure if that's enough here. We get a heal scroll, which is fantastic. You can't allow Starbuck to get into his play. He likes to read a lot, apparently one scroll after the next. Can these bears stop the expo?
3 finally for the Dark Ranger. Would have been a while ago if she hadn't have died. Wisps now heading towards the expo. 3 of them will meet up. That's good for detonates, particularly on the slow. But Starbuck finds them for now. Dise goes across 55 against 61. A relatively even fight because it's a tech advantage, of course. But I think Dise has to do it. He's got one more fight in him. This seems to be more or less an all-in.
Town portal is on Starbuck. He can't creep another camp. That won't give him a level up. This expansion is a bit hurt. He's catching reinforcements very, very quickly. Dark Ranger. Sorceress down right away. Plus a lava spawn. Summons will probably deal with the peasants once again, trying to get as many kills as possible. The problem here is, what do you do when the blizzard catches you?
Positioning, trying to get him into that choke point like he did on Concealed Hill. Blizzard could land. Peasants are making their way to the gold mine again. They will start mining a little bit. One rifleman gets caught out. Panda, Haze, Fire, Blizzard, AoE all over the place. Rifleman trying to deal with that lava spawn, does dispel it. A good start to the fight, but it's pretty disjointed for Starbuck right now.
Ooh, so much Blizzard damage once again. Have to shut up that old man. He keeps yapping and yapping. The Dryads seem to be safe here, far away from the rifles, but what about the bears?
Them getting low. Blizzard again on top of everything. That orb is doing so much damage right now on that Fire Lord. One bear in the back of everything, take a lot of damage. Haze, Fire, snap out on the bear. Great micro.
So much damage with the Breath of Fire, dude. He has a mana potion as well. Oh, would he love to have a Blood Mage in this situation? Play with fire and get burned, so far at least. Can he get out there? Life Drain! Not strong enough.
Starbuck kind of half holds again. There's tons of bears all over his expansion, but at least the Panda's not here any longer. Dark Ranger's still healthy. Fire Lord still shooting orbs. And we do have decent amount of kills towards the end. That was a drive. That was a couple of archers, and the bears have to retreat. Again, he holds, but just barely.
Can I remind everybody, just like Seiso says in the chat, that people said the Panda is unusable on this patch? W, what a lie, what a carry. 7,500 damage. Also Drunken Brawler now to be able to stay longer in the fight. And again, the shop control, the shop control, the shop control. But these bears all got trapped.
Oh, man. Yeah, one's definitely going to go down. Maybe even 2. Blocking with the priest, slowing with the Sork. That might be 2 kills, but Dise just ignores these for now and goes towards the expansion. He knows he has to kill the gold mine. So 2 bears caught out. Starbuck maybe stabilizing slightly. He might lose the expansion, but then we just have a one base game again, and the hero level's not looking too bad for both players.
Ooh, a kingdom for a sapper. Starbuck comes in. He has double TP, actually, and that's not enough brute force anymore for Dise, but everything is clumped up. Drunken Ace, Breath of Fire!
Again, the blizzard and everything. One rifleman goes down. Life drain on the Fire Lord to stop it from auto-attacking. One bear might die, but a priest also going to die. Rifleman microed out to the back. Life drain again on the Fire Lord, but there's a heal scroll for Dise. Might save a lot of units in a second.
Fire Lord is indeed in trouble. Heal scroll is necessary. Starbuck is spreading everywhere. Archmage gotta run. Rifles gotta run. Dark Ranger once again soul burned. Nice evacuation by Starbuck. This could have been a lot worse.
Town Hall is still up and running. Life Drain going to kill one bear there. There's going to be another Life Drain. A couple of bears are going to die. A little bit too disjointed right now for Dise. He's starting to lose too much to justify on one base, but the Breath of Fire is ridiculous. That's almost the whole human army going down.
Oh my god, that's 5 kills on the horizon here. He wants to stay in this fight as long as possible with the Fire Lord. Dark Ranger stemming against that with Life Drain, but the rifles are the hard counter to the Dryads. If you lose the rifles, the Dryad reigns supreme. GG!
A game on Northern Isles. The Dark Ranger works once, but won't work twice against Dise, and I'm afraid to say, Saul, that's probably the last time we're going to see Dark Ranger in this series.
The secret was pressure, believe it or not. We'll see about that, because yes, with Keeper, you have a lot of options. Beyond options, we know what Starbuck is going to do. Dise is scouting it immediately. It's going to be a big expansion at the harder spot, at the Kobolds.
Yeah, and Dise once again gets a good scout off. Starbuck is ready for this wisp. It's not one of these protected positions, so at the moment, no double detonate at least. 2 wisps here, like mosquitoes in the summer, and they get the detonate off against the water elemental. That's some extra XP for the keeper, level 2.
At this, we are buying mercs immediately. I mean, the merc, the one merc I think, yes, the troll priest is going to join Nidal forces. Sneaky pull, I love it. Why we like forest troll shadow priest? Because he can detonate water elementals. And look at the keeper, he's looking for weak peasants, and he found one.
There we go. Treants to open up the base. There's no arcane tower. Pressure's on Starbuck right away. 3 minutes in. There's no time to rest for these players. It's just fighting, fighting, fighting.
Yeah, and you can dream about Arcane Tower if your lumber is going to be low at that. And yes, how long Dise can be here, we'll see about that. Definitely the echo damage is amazing. Starbuck is looking for the surround and he misses. Let me tell you, I like Dice's position here. He's already taking. He has a lot of mana on his keeper and he's just changing the target. He wants to summon the new trees at the potential human expansion.
There we go.
Upcoming human expansion.
2 treants summoned, 1 peasant about to die, 2nd peasant about to die. He cannot get surrounded here, but he's getting reinforcements. This water elemental might be dispelled soon. He's saving a lot of mana on this shadow priest to help his archer out a little bit. But yeah, he has to decide, who do I heal? The elk or the archer? And in the treants in the meantime, they deal with the peasants so well. He can even summon another set.
There is so many treants, Neo. This is crazy. The troll priest is killing one worker close to the main base. He's everywhere. Like Dise, the presence
Battery low.
bought staff of teleportation. He's going to save his base, probably from this annoying footman harassment as well. Dise is in control and this is supposed to be Starbuck map.
This is a keeper map, if you ask me. Nature's meat grinder, usually with the level 2 treants, but Dise flips the script and the Shadow Priest is back! He gets another! And the treant finishes off the workers. This expansion is so late.
Okay, I have a Blizzard if you are watching. If Forest Troll Shadow Priest kills 3 or more units, his name should change to Killer Forest Troll Shadow Priest. This unit is usually busy dispelling and dying, and in this game, he's hunting peasants. Crazy.
Oh my god. So, this is such an action-packed series. It might be one of my favorite series of the year so far. Keeper is level 3, and this is where the real trouble only begins.
Yeah, and again, there is no Arcane Tower anywhere. Not in the main
Charging
base,
battery.
not at the expansion. And Dise is coming back. In the meantime, he's expanding himself. And he's on tier 2 as we speak. He can buy the Naga. He can buy, I don't know, maybe even Firelord if he wants to seal the deal. Panda for even harder squeezing. Archmage is in the middle. He has staff of teleportation, so entangle surround is not that deadly. And is Dise going to creep jack? Maybe a little bit luck. There is on the left there is a Starbuck army. Dise doesn't see that. Okay, the creeping is gone. How strong Panda is going to be here? And can we do something with that Arcane Tower?
Oh man, that's almost a love letter to Jens. This was the combo that also won a series against Starbuck, and Starbuck has faced this before. Arcane Tower gone. Panda might find themselves in a surround here. Can he fight his way through? Is there something? Oh, the staff! The staff! He got the staff ready! And it's not enough damage. The Panda survives. Dise is a god.
Okay, I'm alive. Sorry about that, players. What I wanted to mention, guys, that Dise used Breath of Fire before stuffing out. He was like, chill, calm, guys. I have it under control. Mamma mia, this guy. I'm so impressed by Dise micro. He's so good.
Expo almost up. 10 seconds, basically. Will we slow down a little bit? Finally, this was 6 minutes 45 pure action. Starbuck is Tekken. That takes 2 more minutes before we're on an even state. But until then, Dise has probably started his tier 3 already.
Okay, so I think Dise, as you can see, he's going to creep his Panda. I think he's like, okay, I'm so ahead. My expansion is up. He can't cancel my Entangled Goldmine. He can't cancel my lores. I'm going to go to tier 3 soon. Let me just unlock this late game monster Panda.
Keeper.
And Keeper is almost got surrounded. I'm sorry. Okay, so far so good, and Starbuck is like, Mamma Mia, there is an expansion there.
Yeah, that's not a good sign, man. He's moving the peasant away from the blacksmith because he knows... Okay, I thought he's gonna give it up, but no. To keep the peasant alive, the attention to detail in this grand final is phenomenal.
Yeah, action is everywhere. It's kind of hard to catch up, but I can tell you one thing. Dise is going to tier 3 direction, while Starbuck is making second barrack. That's a little bit interesting, because usually it's one barrack double sanctum, but maybe Starbuck feels like his tech is quite late, so he needs another production facility. Okay, interesting moment. Do we have Dispel on the Dryads in 15 seconds? So far, Water Elementals are still dangerous.
I think it was an amazing move by Starbuck to split his Archmage across the map and prevent that Panda from creeping. We saw on map 4 how impactful that Panda is, but maybe he's gonna force the TP here now. Can the Keeper reach? He doesn't have an Entangle at the moment and he has to let go. Little bit of wasted time for Dise here while the Footman goes straight into the main. Question is, how much can they do there?
Okay, the Dryads are feeling good. Panda will help with the Footies, and Footies are dying, and Dise's reach. That's very important. He's going to this mid game. He's going to this late game like a boss. Starbuck needs to figure out what to do with that, and so far he's producing a lot of rifles, but that's about it. Like, Dise is feeling so good here. He has access to the shop. He's popping, you know, mana items. This Keeper looks amazing. There is no Dispel in Starbuck army for a long time, and now he can creep even under pressure. This Keeper is ready to force Archmage to TP out.
There's still a clock ticking. Starbuck is getting ready. He's on tier 2. Mountain King second. Double Rex rifle instantly into Sanctums as well. No Breath of Fire here to tickle the Archmage, but forces the TP. That was probably calculated by Starbuck. Finally, some freedom for this Panda to rise to higher levels, because he got the weight of this game on his shoulders. The Keeper won't carry you late game. That's all on the Panda.
The bears, by the way, Dise has killed one of his archers to get probably one extra bear, and yes, tier 3 is kicking in, and now the big fight for the middle will start. Look at the Archmage. He has one healing potion and Staff of Teleportation. That's about it. Dise is pulling the camp, but it's not like a big creepjack. Mountain King is joining the party. If Starbuck can take, go back to this game, the time is now. MK is here. Maybe he can force a mistake.
Dispel. We got Heal Scroll. We got an Invo Potion. We got a Mana Potion. We might not have the big punch. Entangle on the Rifleman, interestingly. Master Bears are not ready yet. Staff is necessary. Here we go. The Creeps are backstabbing both players a little bit, and Rifles take out Dryads.
Dying, that's not a good sign. We have Orb of Venom at this stage of the game is amazing, but full mana bear is about to die. He can commit the bolt and snare, but the bolt goes through. Okay, and this Riju is still going. Archmage may not be able to kill the bear, and at least it's very expensive. Level 1 MK is going down. Panda levels up, Breath of Fire is here, and this bear grew to be a morph bear, and Mr. Dise is going to claim the middle. Archmage Keeper is just summoning the trials. He'll probably pull back to give all of the experience to the Panda. Not really, there is no time for that. Starbuck is coming back. Ladies and gentlemen, this Creepjack, Breath of Fire to guaranteed level 3, and Mr. Neo, Dispel is here, but still those entangles, they provide a lot of value. Militia is going to the middle. Starbuck wants to react, but man, his MK is in level 1. Coming back probably soon. And Panda is a monster now.
There's not much Dispel. There's no Dispel anymore. The only kills that Starbuck can get is probably an Archer, and even that is hard. He's dictating the game with his 2 heroes alone, and more bears are yet to come. 2 rifles here to the side. Has no Breath of Fire. Oh, the stack block. Unreal. Starbuck a little bit unlucky here as well, but at least he's gonna get the big Wildkin.
Yeah, but he got the bear as well for free, and as speaking of the Wildkin, can we do something about that? Not really. Starbuck gets the experience and the item as well. It's a big help for the Mountain King. Good item for the Mountain King as well, but Nidelf has supply lead. Nidelf has like item lead, hero experience lead, and tag lead. But Starbuck has Starbuck Micro and a lot of APM. But let me tell you, Neo, this is not looking promising for him. If we are looking for some hope again, it's Starbuck and his Genius Micro, his Genius Positioning. But yes, at this point, he can't even think about this. It's too early, he's too behind.
Yeah, he's 1.5 levels behind. That's crazy. We might need Blizzard again. We might need the chokes again. At the moment, Dise is in a leading position on Starbuck's losers map. He could take control of this series on map 5 and claim match points. Stormbolt waiting in the wings. Doesn't get it. Mana Stone!
Is swimming in mana, and there is a lot of targets. They are kinda friendly to Breath of Fire. Starbuck tried to bring some militia. There was a good call, but again, how comfortably like Dise is looking here. Like Starbuck can't take the fight in the middle. He needs to pull back, creep a little bit. I'm checking his base. He can't even think about going tier 3 because supply is low. It's 80 supply Night Elf versus 60 supply human. Okay. In micro we trust, in good items we trust. We need to start with MK level 3. Archmage got already level 4, so that's good. Those priests are going to have a lot of mana. But speaking of creeping, look what Dise is doing. He's like, okay, I have map control, I can get the biggest camp on the map.
Map control, red spot, as well as expansion. I thought Starbuck made a great choice here by going to the right-hand side consumable, and then he would have been able to creep check, but now he's got to react because the keeper is not part of the creeping. Treants, Entangle, kill after kill. Got to be a little careful that the Stormbolt doesn't interrupt the Telestaff, which is coming now. Mountain King not in range, and safe we are. Good experience by dispelling Treants, I guess, but also less mana on the priests. What's the next stage in the evolution of Dise? He is getting ready for 100 food.
Getting ready for Panda level 5, that's definitely his plan. This creeping is amazing, and yes, Keeper is bringing a lot of attention here. The problem is that Starbuck Lumber is super cool, right? So killing a few peasants is not that impactful. If you kill all of them, right, at the expo, then okay, I can see the point, but yes. And ladies and gentlemen, Starbuck is pushing, he's trying to finish the game now, but look at the Panda, guys. Level 4.7 in a decent position, and as you mentioned, Neo Blizzard paid off a lot on the first map, Concealed Hill. Can he repeat it again?
Needs to. Panda is supposed to carry. He got tons and tons of mana. These chokes here, they are the scary position for Dise. Keeper is making sure that Starbuck has to move constantly. And this game, he has Entangle against the Blizzard. He can react quickly if that spell is available, if the mana is available. Clap versus Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Starbuck got the heal scrolls, got a TP out immediately. Rifle falling. You also used the Scroll of the Beast here. Mountain King. Oh, that was a Telestaff only, and that was interrupted. He has no TP!
But as you mentioned, Starbuck is in the pushing mode, but who is teleporting out? The Blizzard, the choke! Mr. Dise has flashbacks from the first map. He's like, no, I'm so ahead. I have full Moonwells. Neo, like as a Night Elf player, you know what's the worst feeling? If you lose the fight in the middle, you check your base and you have full Moonwells and you have to GG out because you have nothing left. That's what Dise was trying to avoid. He teleported out, he just repositioned, no harm with that. And he needs to deal with Archmage. So there are two ways how you deal with Archmage with Blizzard in the late game. Step number 1, add another stun hero. For example, Tinker with rockets. Yes, Lolite play like that. It's not like some crazy idea from some crazy caster. Idea number 2, split your army before fighting. Of course, it's impossible in some chokes, but you can plan your fight and you can have one chunk of bears attacking from one side and another from another side. So that's definitely my ideas. Is Dise going for something like that? We'll see about that. The supply gap is closing, but Panda is level 5. Good news for the humans. And the red camp went down, and the item is pretty good. If you want to kite with Blizzard, TC Aura will help with that.
Yeah, that's amazing. We got so many sorcerers on Starbuck's side already. This trap will be massive. He's running straight into the army. Dryad's taking a lot of fire. So is the Panda. MK clapping. Archmage entangled before he can even use the Blizzard. Heal scroll number 1 used. That was the last one. We got a Fairy Dragon in the middle of the fight, and every slow will hurt so much.
Panda is going in. Archmage has limits, of course. Archmage is on level 5. This is going to be the biggest build. Keeper pops the invul. It means that Dise wants to stay in this fight. Panda with a juicy breath of fire connects nicely, but now we are in the choke. I think Keeper has to TP. I like this decision. Look at the supply Neo. Super juicy fight for Dise. He can just pull back. He can just redo with his burst. He can redo, like, get the mana back. GG is called by Starbuck. Ladies and gentlemen, Dise did it with Keeper first.
You mentioned he's got a lot of game tape. We, of course, saw this Warden versus Mountain King on Warhail earlier for Dise against Death Note. Death Note with, you know, an attempt there. Little too low-level heroes. Wasn't able to get the Dragonhawks online to do too much, and the Warden got a little bit out of control. So it might be a similar game this time around. We'll see if Starbuck differs, what he does differently. He does get a different item. The Pendant of Energy is going to be fantastic. And the Warden also creeping slightly different. The Ancient War positioning was on the other orange camp for Dise, but now he's not afraid of the Militia pull. He goes for the Merc camp right away, getting a better start.
And speaking of Mercs, in the previous map, he gets this priest guy. Now he's buying just the healer, Murgul Bloodgill. He's not a monster here. He's on the service of the Night Elf army. And he's helping with creeping. And look at this. Starbuck is crossing the map immediately. And you look at human creeping speed. He grabbed the expo and he's already there. But just in time for Warden, you know, to finish. And the question is Warden going to come back? The answer is no.
For the Mercenaries again, nice 4 points around. Wow, and he wasted Moon Juice on it as well, just for it to die anyway. And Starbuck got to go for the archers now. It is nighttime, but he bolts before the Shadow Meld, and that's 2 freebies for the Mountain King. But the Warden, towards the expansion, no Arcane Tower.
Question is it going to be worth it? There is so many issues with that. And remember, Dise needs to micro all of those wisps, so Mr. Dise, get ready to click fast. It's not easy, that's for sure. There is 1 archer left, as you mentioned, but of course, we have access to mercs as well. Storm River Hermit is good versus like units that you need to purge. Can he survive versus MK? In the meantime, Warden is doing okay, but not that great, and Arcane Tower is going to finish soon. I'm a little bit scared for Dise. The start doesn't look that great.
Only a couple of passes going down. At least he forced Militia to be called. Arcane Tower will be up in 5 seconds. Expansion up and operational. And no creeping really to be had. That's the issue with losing your first few units as a Night Elf. You can't pivot that Ancient War around and creep without your Warden being there. You need to have, you know, 2, 3, 4 archers at least. Now we're going to have Staff of Teleportation. Warden's going to come back to help defend against these footmen.
Yeah, maybe Warden should stay at home, you know, at this first exchange. Of course, I'm a little bit biased, you know, by what happened. But yes, maybe. There is a lot of mana on the Warden, and we are actually playing double mana spender, Shadow Strike on the MK, but he has the healer support. It's a second Murgul Bloodgill, and he's doing great job about healing this Mountain King.
For the healing, he would be a very, very low HP hero right now, but the Hunter's Hall might be saved. It's going to be a TP commitment if he wants to cancel this Hunter's Hall, it seems like. Starbuck moves the TP in his inventory. He's aware of what he's going to need to do eventually, but he does get the cancel. Weirdly uses a Fan of Knives instead of Shadow Strike. He could have forced the TP had he used his mana differently there, Dise.
Shadow Strike was on cooldown, didn't notice it. Look at Starbuck, he's in the boss mode. He's like, you think I'm going to TP? Look what I'm doing. Okay, 20 HP, 20, 35. This Murgul deserves a rise. He's trying to force the bash TP. Starbuck is on fire. He's microwing so well with those low HP units, and let me tell you, that was definitely worth it.
From Starbuck, he's on series point down a map. He turns around to gamble the 1-hit bash to force the TP. Absolute Giga Chad behavior right there.
Okay, Shadow Strike is here. The scouting footman may die. We need some body block maybe to not invest the second Shadow Strike. Okay, doesn't matter. Starbuck is healing at the same time, regenerating his mana from Clarities. And yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's a little bit unfortunate position by Dise. His Merc was ensnared, but no harm done there. And yes, there is double Ancient of Lore. Starbuck is coming back with Boots of Speed and Staff of Teleportation. He definitely can afford those items. He has a lot of gold.
Very slow start for Dise. Just to put in perspective, against Death Note, it was a level 4 Warden at 7.5 minutes. This game, not even level 3 as we reach the 7-minute mark. A very rough position for Dise, no doubt. And now the Warden has no blink. This will have to be a staff out against the Bash. He's going to have to risk it. Shadow Strike instead. One more Bash attempt. Immediately Bash forces the TP. Ancient War is going to die as well.
It's looking harder and harder for Dise. There's the big creep. Jack Ancient War is dead. Warden is full mana, full HP, but that was the last Moon Juice. Huge supply lead for Starbuck. And you know what? He can buy Heal Scroll if he wants to. That would be like classic Fortitude move, but no. Starbuck decides to pull back. He has Scroll of Regen. He doesn't want to invest that much money. In the meantime, his tier 2 just finished. Alchemist. It means mass air, I think.
I think we will see the Griffin Aviaries soon. Starbuck just towering up for now. Just playing, like, he's pretty much set himself up for success now. He's delayed the Warden long enough. He's secured his expansion to get towers up, that now he's going to have easily 70 supply Dragonhawk Riders before the Warden ever gets to level 5. And when it gets to level 5, that's when the game starts to escalate. You can keep harassing peasants, keep forcing the economy to be low. What the Mountain King's trying to do is make space before that happens, and I think Starbuck has successfully done that.
He still needs more time, you know, to produce all of those units, and in the meantime, finally, Warden has a possibility to creep. So far, Dise is committing to this one base, but as you mentioned, Starbuck is doing everything right. He made some towers versus potential harassment. He's creeping his second hero. Invisible Mountain King, wait a moment, is close to the Night Elf main base. He's going to follow the Warden. Man, he has a lot of mana. Is he going to steal an item? Is he going to try to kill the Warden? Let's see.
Kill the Warden, this might be risky creeping. If he gets below, I would say around 200 HP, this okay, there's the rejuve. Okay, we're all right, we're all right.
Wow. Mamma mia.
Still good scouting, though, of course. He's just creeping up the Alchemist. This is what Death Note did not do, is prioritize hero levels himself. Sometimes it's easy to think like, oh, it's an Alchemist. I don't need to creep it. It's not that strong of a hero. But no, Alchemist level 3, Alchemist level 5 is a huge carry against the Warden.
Alchemist creeping goes fine. Okay, I think we are going for the item now. Starbuck is in position. He can bolt. Let's see. Oh, yes, bolt and the item stolen. Then Staff immediately after Shadow Strike, and yes, MK is back at safe position. And Carson, I see a workshop is going to be a mix of tanks and air units.
Only 2 Griffin Aviaries for now. The lumber's been a bit of a struggle for Starbuck, but it shouldn't be a problem in the long run. I think he's got enough lumber peasants, just invested a lot early on at tier 2. Mana is definitely not going to be a problem for this Mountain King, I'll tell you that much. But he is missing a TP currently. Even gets the Sobi Mask. Jesus. Alchemist needs lots of mana as well. So this is very nice items. There's a Town Portal. And level 3. This is level 3 at 10 minutes on the Alchemist. Remember Death Note? It was like 25 minutes he had level 2 Alchemist.
Yes, definitely a different start to this game. Speaking of levels, Warden is a little bit like sad, right? Level 4. She's crossing the map, but there is no even anti-magic potion, right? So she probably needs to buy an invul if she wants to like use at least double Fan of Knives. Starbuck is going to cancel the expo, and Warden has to staff back in order to, you know, give himself a chance to expand. As you can see, Starbuck doesn't have any like cool units yet. He has basically 2 level 3 heroes and mass footies, but it's going to change soon. His economy is going to explode, and I see some tanks on the way.
Nice defense there by Dise. Needs to, of course, retrain, needs to buy Boots of Speed on his Warden, and needs to try to get up to level 5. Those are a few things he needs to accomplish. Then he can start harassing the economy, finally, at last. But it's tier 3. As you mentioned, tanks on the way. A couple of Griffins to help the creeping on the way. And the coveted Blood Mage as well. Warden, can she even do anything? It doesn't feel like he's going to be defending tanks before he knows it.
The question is, can we keep this expansion up as the Night Elf? Good things can happen, you know, if you have 2-base economy, but in the perfect world, Warden would be already level 5, laming the economy of Starbuck. Panda would be creeping, but this feels like more like a fairy tale than a real thing. And Mr. Carson, Starbuck is sending a message to you.
Speaking of fairy tales, and you know the cool thing about the shipyard, there's 2 boats in stock. You can buy 2 at a time, man. And the cooldown is barely anything. You can buy so many boats. It doesn't take up supply. You could have like 1 million boats, man, and your opponent's going to be so confused. Everything's going to be blocked. But he goes to the island. The first actual boat usage. We saw one at the end of the game, but we haven't seen anyone even go to the island with a boat this whole tournament. We're finally getting it, Saul. Beautiful.
He wants to start a new life there. New colony with 1 peasant only. Okay, okay. This camp is a little bit harder to creep these days when, you know, like a few months ago, Warcraft was changed. And yes, Starbuck wants a super heavy macro game. Look at this, he already split his peasants in the main base from a potential fan of knives. Warden is finally on level 5, and can Warden do something before...
Again! The split twice, Saul. He did it both bases against the Warden. That is so sick from Starbuck. Wow.
That's, if you don't have a Zeppelin, if you don't have a boat, because your boat is busy at the island, that's what you need to do. Crazy micro indeed.
And the tanks go across. Eventually, the Warden will get the damage done, though. It's just a matter of how much time, and that's what the spread does. So, like, I think 6 or 7 peasants go down, and the harass has begun. Okay, we're on our way to level 6, but Starbuck is going to slowly but surely do the Mr. Winner expansion with 1 peasant at the island, it seems like.
It has a name, this way of expanding. Interesting. Yes, it's going to take a long time. I'm clicking. 176 seconds. It's kind of
Wow.
org numbers.
Right, defending in the main, the army's here. It seems like this shouldn't be too difficult for Dise. He's had not a great game so far, but his army's still stable. It's still very strong.
Even the boat is there parked. By the way, speaking of Dise, he has an expansion. He's buying some Merc. Skeletal Orc Grant is joining the party. Good normal damage versus the tanks. And yes, the question is how much Starbuck can do here. Supply is kind of close, but remember...
He's got to repair the Expo. He's not repairing. He's forgetting. He's not uprooting. Now he uproots and pulls the Wisp. Will it live? Just barely. The fight at the same time seems to be going okay for Dise, but the expansion has to live. Okay, it's just barely living to the 2 tanks. Nice reaction. Perfectly on time.
2 more tanks are rolling in, though the 5 tanks. Carson as the boat expert, can we put this big tree of life in a boat? It needed it.
Oh, this is a big commitment by Starbuck. 2 tanks going to go down. Tank tried to go into the boat, but the tree might live. These tanks are all about to fall. The boat distracting for now. I think the tanks are all going to go down. Main base as well. TP Force. Warden got level 6. A lot of bears died. In all the chaos, it feels like Dise is pulling this game back.
And believe it, and very nice catch by you. Ladies and gentlemen, you uproot your Tree of Life in order to change armor type from fortified to heavy, which is better versus tanks. And also you can try to hide in like this tight corner. You can eat a tree for extra regen. Very well done by Dise. And man, he's stepping up with his micro. It was looking so bad. And Starbuck, I don't know. I'm sorry to say, Carson, but maybe the boat strategy is letting him down.
Starbuck a little bit overconfident. Overbuilt tanks, went for that quick 3rd base, didn't go for high Dragonhawk or even air numbers in general. And now Dise level 7 Warden, and this is looking like a repeat of the game we had before. But Starbuck keeps on creeping, has the Griffins, can clean up the map, and of course 3 against 1 is still an issue for the Warden in the long run.
Dise had a lot of warm-up with how to use his Avatar of Vengeance to the maximum. And he's making a Starbuck expansion basically out of order. Speaking of Starbuck, as you mentioned, he's creeping very heavily. But Warden is going to find him. Blood Rage! Stop back.
Nicely done. Nice save. Very, very close there, but the Warden being so annoying, stopping the red camp creep, and this would have been a bunch of huge level ups. It would have been 4-4-3, I think, from that red alone. Super sick experience, and that expansion is cleaned up. The 180 seconds is finally up in the corner island, so that expo will start mining, but the boat has already been shown. Dise might be aware there's a corner expansion.
Again, Dise needs to have all of this presence of mind, right, to be able to like think about it, how to plan against it. And he's moving his army. Is he going to creep the panda? That's my question.
Might be that point in the game you mentioned when the Night Elf gets comfortable, they grab the Panda, and we might be there. Has to break upkeep for it, but there indeed is the Panda, and plenty of creeps on the map. Definitely enough to at least get level 3.
Okay. We have 2 Ancient of War hugging the Expo, by the way. There is still a boat of Starbuck there. I haven't seen in my life the tank boat drop, basically. Okay, Avatar of Vendor is going to scout some tanks here on the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, the game is open, the game is crazy, I love it!
Expansion, I cannot believe that it lived. Avatar is going to expire, so this will be a 3-base Starbuck for now. How long can he actually defend his peasants is the question, because the Warden is roaming. But the tanks, this is the whole point of the tanks, to distract. The boat isn't completely full from the tanks. It actually has 2 spots. Maybe 2 peasants with 2 tanks. Repair them while you're pressuring.
No, it's for you and me to just enjoy this view.
That's perfect, man.
Perfectly
I would love to be in that boat.
Panda got level 2. Panda is creeping on the bottom, and you know, you need to wait. Starbuck is waiting for a perfect moment. You know, maybe when he waits for like other fight to start, and he will try to surprise Dise with some tank drop. We'll see about that. But yes, there is Shredder there. There are 2 Ancient of War. The beach of Normandy. Basically, let's call this maneuver.
He's immediately aware, though. 2 Ancient of Wars, Shredder, repair right away, but it's all trying to keep the Warden away from his own expansion. Spread again from Starbuck is really nicely done. Consistently making these good plays. Hasn't bought a Zeppelin, though, to defend his expansion. And Dise, is he aware of the upper left, I wonder, though? This could bite him in the end if he does not know about the 3rd base.
Oh, Warden! Blinks away, will be bolt! There's anti-magic potion. Okay, cool as cucumber, speaking of the tanks. They didn't do that much, and as you mentioned, Carson, that's the dream of human players, to have 3 base versus 2 base. Panda got level 3 though. Mamma mia, there is so many different things here, and how do you even scout for this expansion on the top left on the island? I don't know. This game is getting interesting. Supplies even, that's a good sign for the Night Elf, but definitely hero levels and another base keep Starbuck in this game, even on good terms.
Harass continues. He now has a Zeppelin at the expansion. I would love to see Starbuck actually try to expand the other island. I think it's going to be a long time before Dise ever checks that island. And of course, his idea is probably just to move a tree from his natural to another one of the Red Camp gold mines. Nice blink dodge on the Warden. And the harass continues. Maybe finally the natural will go down by Starbuck.
Okay, is it going? But you can have all of the islands, all of the expansions, but you can't win the fight. Then the problems will start. And Warden is here, Panda is here. Ladies and gentlemen, level 7 Warden is ready to go. Anti-magic potion is popped. Ladies and gentlemen, is it the final fight?
Heal Scroll is available for Starbuck. Warden will not be invulnerable forever against the Stormbolt. Stormbolt and Siphon Mana on the Panda. Dryads are falling. Oh, Avatar of Vengeance is doing a lot of damage as well. There's tons of invulnerable units. It's 61 against 60 supply right now. Oh, but there's not a lot of Starbuck units left over. Not a lot to deal with the Dryads. And of course, everything else is invulnerable with this army. Starbuck has to back away.
It's moving back on foot because Staff of Teleportation was just used, and this Warden looks healthy and is actually in a perfect position for another Fan of Knives. Bolt connects, but GG is caught! We have a new champion!
Dise wins War3Champions Season 22. Can you believe it? I don't think many people had him in his cards. Starbuck, of course. Jens, the title defense, maybe. Dise goes through the entire lower bracket and kills Starbuck 4-2 in the final. In one of the best performances I've ever seen him play. Rara Lan was something. Leon couldn't fight him in the end, but what a worthy champion, celebrating in the dark. He's maybe the real Dark Ranger.